Welcome to Yoni Confessionz.
Unfiltered from A to Z.
We talk about everything
Everything.
and completely unfiltered. Unfiltered. With wine.
Yeah, we talk about what they don't want to talk about.
But they sure think about it.
This is Yoni Confessionz.
Oh.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And
This is a conversation.
it's a conversation. So it's actually 12 p.m. on a Friday.
East Coast time.
What are you getting ready for, Alex?
Oh God. I don't know if I can talk about that. Actually, I am getting ready for my doctor's appointment.
Okay.
So, it's funny because I was just thinking that this actually could be a part of the show simply because, oh girl, what's going on with the wig?
Our tagline is unfiltered from A to Z. I don't know what we're going to say we do. Okay.
Really unfiltered, which I thought, okay, so last week I had to go, okay, so for you all, she and I are in this certain season of our lives. I just turned 50 earlier last month. So turning 50, there's a few more doctor visits than I'm accustomed to. And you ladies will start to, experience those things as well. I am, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord. I am in excellent health.
Good.
My labs came back fantastic. I had a mammogram scheduled for last week, and I thought about, should I record this for the show? And, but you can't put boobs on the show, so I thought against it. But it's quite the experience. Everything came back normal there as well. However, so with COVID in play, I can't go actually see my doctor. I have to do what's called a teledoc appointment.
Yep, I've been doing those.
Well, so I did my physical earlier back in April. She got all my labs back. We discussed it. Everything was great. And she wanted me to physically come in today. But because of COVID, they rescheduled another tele. So I was like, I'm not going to go through that. That's the point of me doing that. But ladies, Jen, help us out. Maybe you've experienced this. And maybe this is because I've been wondering. So my cycle, which is normally like I could bet money on it when it's coming every 28 days. First of all, let me go backpedal a little bit. You see this right here? I am not supposed to have these or pimples and a period. Pick one. I can't have all of them. That's not fair. Can I get rid of something? Like maybe the period? But
You better be grateful for what you still got.
so this is what's happening though. So now all of a sudden my cycle is showing up like last month is 21 days. This month is 50. So it's like every 2 weeks is showing up all of a sudden. And it's not like a real period, like my usual period, but it's enough to like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm not expecting it. I'm out. What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this appointment with her because I don't know, is this the beginning? So is this something you've experienced? Is this menopause, perimenopause? Like what's happening to me?
I've had a hysterectomy, so I haven't had to experience that since 2008. So I can't tell you, but I do know that the spotting and the irregular cycles, just because I've studied a lot of this, does have a lot to do with hormones. I don't know exactly what, but it can, have a lot to do with hormones, even the acne and things like that. So, the way we process hormones and the levels and things like that, our bodies process things so differently at a certain age while you're either perimenopause or doing. So, yeah, just ask your doctor and they may be able to kind of tell you, what may be out of whack or something. It could just be temporary,
And then now as I'm thinking about it, I mean, I'm what's the word? Confident in my conversation with her, but I don't know if that's like a HIPAA thing. I don't know. I don't know. But I do want the information to be able to share with ladies because I'm like literally scratching my head because for someone like myself and you know, we're active, we work out, we take care of ourselves. I'm trying to figure out so when I started my fitness journey, I didn't have my cycle for almost 3 months. Like I started and I'm like, okay, well, unless I'm married, I ain't pregnant.
Being highly active, like I was a dancer all my life and highly active, so my cycles were very minimal when I was doing that, you know, so that when highly active, again, can, you know, affect your blood flow and your menstruation, so that can have something to do with it, you know, so,
Yeah.
but like it's hormonal. Where's my book? It's not in here.
I'm still scratching my head right now because I'm like, what the heck is going on with
I have a book on healthy hormones that I will share, you know, that will help people. I have a book called Healthy Hormones. It's right in the other room. I might get it before we're done. And I will recommend it to people because it gives people ideas of different symptoms related to, you know, hormones, why we tend to, you know, accumulate extra fat and we wonder why I can't lose it. A lot of that's hormonal. So you just have to kind of be aware of some of those symptoms when you're at this time.
I'm not having anything else. My energy levels are great. My my appetite, everything is normal.
Yeah.
Apparently, or I don't know. Something I'm just scratching my head about. Like, I don't know if I should talk to my general practitioner or my.
So talk to the gynecologist first, because that sounds like more of a hormonal thing that a gynecologist would be able to, you know, determine. She might be able to do some tests and some hormone panels to see what your level is that you can get done to see where you may be on or off, you know, low or high in some levels. So ask her for if you can get some hormone panel tests.
She's gonna make me take something?
No, it's a test. She just draws your blood and she tests and she does, you know.
But I'm saying like if I'm off, like I'll have to start taking something.
Well, she diagnosed. She can't really know what you have to take until she knows what it is.
I don't take nothing now.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, hopefully that will go well. And it's frustrating when you don't have answers. That's the thing. It's like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And once you have the answers, like you say, then you can find out, you know, what you can do about it. Yeah. So what else is going on? So
this is going on.
So this is really part 2 of a discussion we were having. There were 2 subjects. We started talking about your situation with someone that you're involved with or were involved with, or you have to catch us up on that. And then it led into our discussion about what everyone's saying regarding the interview that Will and Jada had. And I had a very strong opinion that it's really none of our business, but we can't talk about it as far as, you know, why are people judging that, what people have to say about it. And the fact, one thing that you mentioned was that, you know, Will is cute. That's where we left off. Will is handsome. He's funny. He's smart. He's rich. He's all that. Why would Jada have any problems with him? But as you know, in relationships and marriages, none of that plays into how someone communicates, how they handle their emotions, what they're bringing into it, what both people are bringing into that relationship, that after, you know, 20 years of marriage or even before can create challenges in a relationship, which has nothing to do with some of those check marks as far as some of those qualities. There are other characteristics and things that go on in the dynamics between 2 people. But that was my opinion about that, you know.
And I've thought about it a little more as well. And you're right, we don't have any place-to-place judgment. I mean, none of us are perfect. Like throwing rocks in glass house. But at the same time, they put it out there. So they're in the public opinion,
people have a right to their opinions, right?
And one of the things that I've observed about them over the years, I think Jada did the right thing in terms of, that's Will Smith, back 20 years ago, 25 years ago. But I don't know if she actually had a real attraction to him, because if you look at her history of guys that she's dated, they were all, you know, she's from Baltimore, she's probably real, and I'm hood too, but May not look like it, but don't let the light skin fool you. But I think she has a lot of street in her. And you know, we all love those bad guys. We all love those rough around the edges, you know, come here girl type dudes. And I think that was her attraction to the other dudes. And Will doesn't appear to have that. He's very Carlton, if you will, in comparison to Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if she really had an attraction to him, but she did the right thing in terms of you can't go wrong being with Will Smith. But I think that was from a very selfish position. And then I'm hearing all these other interviews and all this stuff coming out. And again, you're in public forum, you put it out there, you're gonna get an opinion about it. I just think that she's been very, I don't think they've been truly happy. Okay, if we're just watching celebrities and what appears to be happy, like Sierra and Russell Wilson. I don't know if you've seen that whole, you know, she left and got away from Future and all of that. And now she's happy, like glowing from the inside out, happy. They look happy, their kids, you know, this union of, and I think that's out there for all of us if we could take away the selfishness that we have.
Well, I think that what for me and I'm only going to speak on what they say and what I see from them, not from rumors. And listening to both of them discuss their marriage and where they are now and calling it more of a partnership, they have made it work for them. You know, one person commented, "Oh, well, that's Hollywood. You know, y'all can't, you know, handle that's a Hollywood situation or whatever." To be honest, yeah, of course, money and their careers could have easily played a part into the challenges that they had, you know, having, you know, mixed families as far as, you know, a child coming from a previous relationship. That happens in all relationships, whether you're in Hollywood or wherever. But what I observe from them and what it appears to me is that they have figured out a way to make their union work. And there's some marriages out there who are following traditional, you know, ways of handling a marriage, and they're not happy. I think at least now it seems like they're figuring out what works for them. And that's why, you know.
What does it work for them? If you are so unhappy in this facade of a relationship,
why do you call it a facade?
If you're willing to suppress your true emotions and your true happiness for that person's, either for that person's benefit or for the image that you're portraying because you're afraid of what people may say. I mean, you can't. I can't believe that Will or anybody else in that predicament is happy knowing their partner made a conscious decision to cheat.
No,
and so when you say it makes it, they figured out a way to make it work for them. I don't know that is something that's working for them if you're not happy. Nobody.
They're not happy. You're saying they're not happy.
You don't look happy.
She said that she wasn't feeling good about herself.
Oh, and that's another thing.
But how can you critique what you're hearing them say when you don't know everything they've been through?
No, we don't know. We don't know the ins and outs.
For whatever reason, Will decided to stay in the marriage. They did not get a divorce. I'm sorry, y'all, this sun keeps moving, so it's just driving me crazy because the lights keep shifting. I know I'm in the dark now. All I'm saying is they have decided to stay together. Mm-hmm. They have come to a way to continue staying in a union legally. And who's to say? I guess that's my point. How can you judge them and say they've been selfish when she admitted what she did because she felt a certain way? They're in the public eye. So you can say they had a facade. That's because people start rumors, people get snippets of them or whatever. And so they're in the public eye. But to say that it's a facade, maybe they both feel that staying in this union under certain conditions and changing certain conditions and dynamics of the relationship works for them as a family. So
Yeah, I guess I'm just,
How
again,
they'll be better off if they
I just
divorce.
wonder how, how much, how many moving parts there are to staying in that. Is it because of finances? Is it
You
because of,
don't know.
is it because of kids? Is it because of, you know, where is the actual love? Where is the actual,
There might be love. How do you know? I mean, you pose a question as though you're assuming there is not. I've heard them both express they have love for each other. It may not be the heart-throbbing, romantic kind of thing that maybe they once had or if they ever had it, but to me, they truly love each other and they've decided to stay together for a reason. And who are we to
nobody?
where we're getting your opinion from?
And mine is probably my opinion, which means absolutely zero.
It has to come from some kind of.
Oh yeah, and because of what I'm experiencing with my own personal situation, and I guess my viewpoint is probably skewed in that direction because I just don't understand the time and energy and emotional investment that is put into someone. Like for me, her time that she spent with dude for 4 years, you know, it's one thing when it's a physical thing, but it's a whole nother situation when there's emotions involved. And
Mhm.
after 4 years, you definitely on both sides have emotions involved. So
Mhm.
for me, it just doesn't make, how you do something is how you do everything to me. So if you can't possibly give your husband 100% when you're sharing parts of your body, parts of your mind, parts of your emotions
What
with.
have you ever thought that maybe he wasn't giving his 100%, which
Absolutely, there's accountability on both parts.
you never know, right? So they both had issues and challenges possibly with their emotions and what was happening to their marriage at the time, which is, they said they both separated because neither one of them was happy with the way things were going. So she dealt with her emotions the way she did, but that doesn't mean that you just want to throw everything away. Relationships go through ebbs, valleys and lows, ups and downs, and things like that. So to question why they're not leaving a 20-year marriage or why she's not, why she did what she did, every relationship is different. And it's not just one person's responsibility, or one person can't just take ownership for the issues in the relationship. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And once you've built something, and children have a lot to do with it as well, you have a foundation. You have something there. And is it worth just leaving it and starting from scratch because of this bump in the road, which is probably not, it wasn't the first bump, it won't be the last. And yeah, there's some marriages where you have to say, this is it, this is not worth me staying in, it's jeopardizing my wellness, it's jeopardizing my spouse, is jeopardizing the children. That may be the case. There's so many reasons that one will stay, and there's so many reasons why someone will leave a relationship. That's all I'm saying. So who's to say when it's time for someone to leave? Why someone should leave? Why someone should stay? That's all. There's just too many and you can't really compare.
Mm-hmm.
Your scenario is still different from their scenario.
Oh, so different. I'm not married to him.
Speaking of, it's still different. Who's to say?
Mm-hmm. And what about your relationship?
Well, I think this COVID has really made me wake up to say, okay, my heart is somewhere and I'm enjoying it for what it is. But to be honest, it's too few and far between. So, I'm not even connected enough for it to be a relationship. You know what I mean? So, and I have another guy who I'm not as into, but we have another special kind of relationship. So I want to see where it goes. But the friendship part is so much more important to me right now. And I'm in control of that. I'm in control of how I let these men in my life and what we do and where I go. And I'm the type of person is once I get sick and tired, I get sick and tired, And I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, as a single woman, dealing with men and just seeing somebody once a month, you know, even though we have a special connection now, it's once a month or not even once a month. For it to be someone that I really like, that's hard. And so, you know, at this point, it's like, I don't put as much weight into it, you know, and I had no expectations for young what it was anyway, but now it's not even easy just seeing them every once in a while. It's actually harder to see them
Yeah.
in a few months because I don't know what you've been doing, you know, although we're safe and we're careful when we're together, I don't know what you've been doing. So, you know,
Right.
the activity part at this point is important to me, more important to me, you know.
Yeah, COVID definitely is wreaking havoc.
Yeah, it challenges relationships because, you know, talking on the phone and seeing someone every once in a while, if it wasn't that serious to begin with, it makes it even, you know, harder to maintain that closeness or to become close.
Stay connected. Like it's yeah, it's been a challenge to say the least.
But I think it puts things in perspective for me. I'm like, okay,
So he's been this is not he's not being responsive.
well, I haven't heard from him since June.
Oh hell.
Trying to see me in June, but I haven't heard.
Goodbye.
So that's why I'm like, but we're not in a relationship.
Right.
I mean, but that just tells me, yeah, you're busy and you got other essential things going on. So, you know, it's not like he promised me anything. And that's my thing. For me, I have to take ownership of it. I have to decide, okay, now that our
Always
person is working, you know.
is that we always so you know, I meet gentlemen and it's always the ones that as my friend says, you always want that nigga in the back that ain't paying you no attention. The one sitting up front, the one sitting up front like this. Yes, Miss Alex. we don't want them. We want the nigga in the back that's like,
Exactly.
deuces, I see you when I see you. Why? This gentleman literally flew in. He was like, you want to have dinner today? I was like, you act like you down the street. He's in Atlanta. He jumped on a plane and came down here and had dinner. Have I talked to him since?
Is this the one that you're not supposed to be dealing with?
No, hell no.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
So which one is this?
I talked to him. He keep
So
calling,
that you're talking about?
keep texting, huh?
The one that you came from Atlanta to have dinner. Who is this? Is this somebody I know about? Okay, somebody else. Oh, I mean, look, if you're single and you're dating, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I thought you were having an issue with it or something.
No. But again, it's the nigga in the back, the other one.
I know. I feel that's what I'm saying. Like the other guy that I'm seeing, there's potential there.
Mm-hmm.
I call him Slim. But I'm just not as connected yet. I think we have a cool friendship and we have good time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something missing.
Yeah.
We haven't developed yet. So I want to see if we can develop that, you know, because there is potential. The other one is a pull. I understand the pull. There is a pull. Like I'd rather be there.
Well, the one. So my issue now is the one that I really like. He is given. We do have great chemistry. We have great communication. It's just we're in two different cities. So I mean, I'm good with him. But he hasn't said, you know, we're exclusive or, you know, his actions say that, but he hasn't verbalized it. Like I told him, I don't want to assume anything. I don't want to think this is something that it's not, or it is something, you know. But with that being said, anybody that I'm meeting, I'm comparing to him, and nobody is, you know, he's like James Bond and Barack combined.
But you mean as far as how you feel about him? Or are you just going off of
No. This is the one that I am seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That I was at the pool with when you called.
But your heart is really somewhere else.
No, not anymore. No, so the guy that flew in from Atlanta, so he's the only other person I've gone on a date with since,
Okay. The end of that situation.
yeah. So.
How has that been ending that situation? Because that's what we wanted to kind of follow up on, because you were really dealing with, not seeing him anymore. And then he got angry.
Oh my God, he got so angry. And I am so, I want our listeners to know, viewers to know, I am aware and accountable for my actions, and I'm extremely embarrassed by them, all the things that I said in the last episode, the things that I'm feeling. But, this is real. This is what I'm experiencing at this time in my life. And and Jen will tell you, I have been so conflicted with putting it out there. But if we want to stay authentic and give you what we say we're going to do, then I have to hope that you guys are forgiving, and that something that happened in that will allow me to grow and for someone else to grow. Maybe it'll help, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. My heart was entangled.
We're not going to do that word. People.
I know, right? But my heart was very much, I was dealing with dude, and he's still calling. And I'm like, stop. This isn't, we can't be friends. No, we can't have conversations and talk about, no, that was a part of our relationship. That's a part of me that you can no longer access. You no longer have access to that. Or can we be friends? For what? So you can manipulate me some more so you can try and get back in? No, the train has left the station. I'm trying to leave the station. He keeps trying to pull me back. And because he knows I love him.
Yes, so when is the last time you all have actually had an exchange verbally, either in writing or over the phone?
Yesterday.
So you are still allowing him to come in because you're responding. That's why. That's why he doesn't believe you.
Right. So, and I get that. Okay, so.
No, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. It's becoming, I'm weaning myself off as well.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize that. But I'm also being petty somewhat.
Yeah, so that part.
Yeah, that part. I know. Let me grow through this. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm old, but I'll figure it out. My heart is,
because you keep saying he keeps coming back, but you're letting him. So it's not.
I haven't seen him, and he continues to try to get me to fly out to him. He's continuously, baby, I love you, baby, I miss you, I can't. What did he say yesterday? I can't leave you alone. And I'm like, he's like, I really need to talk to you. But I was dealing with my daughter, some stuff was going on, and I couldn't talk to him. And I'm like, really, unless you say you're getting a divorce? And I don't even know if that is, because what I'm in my waking moments now, it's not so clouded with all his manipulative muck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing how I don't even know if I would want him.
That part. See, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Because, but again, understand, I know that I have been in his muck. I understand that, because when you come out of the relationship and you step back, you say, oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, I was like, even when he was getting all mad at you, instead of
right. That's selfish.
You would want to leave his wife and be with for the rest of your life anyway. You think it's just going to be smooth sailing? Look at how it is.
But not only that, you're mad because I'm communicating to you how I'm feeling because of what you've done in your hands. These are your actions and because I'm communicating that to you, you have an issue with it. That's very selfish. But not only that, I recognize also how incongruent he is. again, how you do something is how you do everything. So if he's not showing up, if this, and I know that the cliche, if you do it to her, he'll do it to you. Yeah. But also he's just not, I realize he has very little self-control. And I'm recognizing that. And again, I'm coming out of the muck where I'm able to see, I'm able to like, as a little bit and say, whoo, what you been doing and why? And da, da, da. So he's had me in under his spell. How they do. He had me digmatized, y'all.
So do you like, be honest, do you think he was trying to get with you? Do you like the fact that he's still calling and texting you?
Do I like it? That's a good question. I think a part of me wants to hear something different. I don't think that I will. And again, I don't know that it'll matter.
What will you hear? What do you want to hear?
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I could. I don't know.
You do know. You know.
So I played this out in my head yesterday. It's like, unless you're telling me something like you're going to follow through on all the promises that you've made, what do we have to talk about?
Well, if he said that before. So, I mean, that's
yeah. Well, I mean, unless you're going to follow through on the promises that you made versus say you're going to follow.
Why don't you block him?
I have. I'm not sure.
And he's still texting you. Oh, on the other phone. He was still calling.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said you texted with him yesterday.
So
On the landline?
yeah. So the thing is so what happened was, again, my daughter's here. We're doing this little thing or whatever. All of a sudden, he's like calling. And I can see the caller ID, and I'm ignoring him. But he kept, I thought, okay, well, something's wrong. But I don't know how to block him on this thing.
So I think like the part where you're talking about, you kind of like when you're saying kind of you being a little petty.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Chase.
Not giving him and I know, like I say, I know it's not easy. But you're giving him the ability to continue to call you and text him. You haven't given him a reason enough yet for him to stop.
And it's funny because I was telling my trainer that this morning. I said I actually feel a little sorry for him because I have a feeling like he's really dying inside because he's so unhappy.
Are you responsible
for? That's my assumption. My ego.
Yeah, that's not your. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
He's just upset because he's not getting what he wants anymore. But from
like you said, he's having a temper tantrum.
He's lacking some compassion and understanding. So that's how it appears to me.
So yeah, and I think once I do reduce or eliminate all access,
yeah,
he'll I don't know what he'll do.
Yeah,
but I don't know what. Girl, they got me e-docking.
Okay. Yeah, it's time, girl. It's time for you to do your virtual telehealth appointment. Well, I just kind of wanted to catch up with just you to see where you are. Look, I know it's not easy, going cold turkey, cutting things off, clean cut. I know that's not easy. So I'm just, hoping that it gets easier for you, whatever you decide,
Yeah.
when my guy calls me and texts me, how easy is it going to be for me to say I don't want to see him, so I get it. It's not easy, when you want to see somebody, get with someone, whatever, and you're like, oh, got to put it into this. It's not easy. So,
okay. Okay, so this is okay. Did I? Okay. Child, this technology today. So yeah, I'm in that I don't know where I'm at. I mean, I know where I'm at. I'm done.
This is not easy. It's not easy, like I said, going cold turkey and not addressing him, not giving him that attention, But
It,
just
it's not,
continue to be available to him in any kind of way, he's going to
yeah.
keep trying. And to me, it not unless he's divorced and ready to propose, or even just divorced and ready to see if y'all can, have.
Well, I told him that. I said, if you're, if that day ever comes and I'm still available, maybe we can revisit it. But, there's not much at this juncture that's going to happen. I'm not coming to see you. Keep trying. I'm not coming to see you. I was going to tell you something.
Related to him?
Yeah, I said just in regards to him, but I don't remember now. Man, my memory sucks.
I think you're just a little distracted right now.
Yeah, my son is making a ton of noise while I'm recording.
So, we're going to get these little bumps in the road. Bless your heart, Alex.
No, okay, we ain't gonna keep doing this about Alex now. You don't have to come, but this gonna.
You wanted to talk, I hadn't talked to you in a week since you were first distraught. We wanted to just follow up and kind of put a cap on our discussion regarding Will and Jada, because we kind of had some opposing perspectives on that, a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah.
And then your situation, just to kind of see where you are now with that.
And 3 months from now, we'll have healed, and now I'm going through a healing process. Oh, I know what happened the other night.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to record or have our conversation. A friend of mine is having a situation of her own, which I thought would make it's interesting conversation.
Okay. So is that something we'll discuss in our next podcast?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're ready for this though. This is on a whole nother level type stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll look forward to hearing that. If we're not going to talk about it now. What else?
Yeah, I know, girl. It is something to behold. Like, ooh.
Well, girl, you going to get ready for your appointment?
Yeah. I'm going to be on.
On what? Oh, on a plane? Okay, after your appointment, you're leaving town? Okay, gotcha.
Which is why I said I won't be here for 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever we were talking about earlier.
All right, well, have a good appointment. Have safe travels. And everybody, we'll be back for the next episode. Who knows what we're going to talk about. This is...
It ain't gonna be about Alex again. That's for sure. I will update you on this madness, but there shouldn't be any updates because I am going to, yeah.
There's so many other topics we have to talk about too. We don't always
exactly.
Relationships.
Yeah, like doctor's appointments and body functions.
Yeah, there's so many things. And we also want you guys to make sure that you like us on Facebook at Yoni Confessionz. Make sure that you like us on our YouTube channel, which is Yoni Confessionz. We're also on IG at Yoni Confessionz. So make sure you follow us, yes, with the Z. And you can always email us any questions, any topics that you want us to discuss at confess@yoniconfessions.com. So
yeah, and as you can see, these are confessions.
Yeah, that's why we
have Usher's song behind us. Confession.
People are going to judge, they're going to be entertained, but they may also think about their situation. Me as a single person, and we can probably talk about that since you don't want to talk about me, juggling the single life. I love being single, but then of course there's some things that I miss as far as being in a relationship and traveling with couples and things like that. And and now with COVID, meeting these people online on Facebook who approach me and then don't follow through. And so I'm getting kind of annoyed with that. Like, are you just befriending people that you think you like and then say you want to get to know them, then the next couple of days, nothing? At this point, I'm just sitting back and I just need a man to be a man, even if we're just dating.
Honey, they're so few and far between.
It can be really frustrating because you don't know if guys are just horny or lonely now because they're sheltering in place and not going out. Yeah, they're just online looking for people, but they're not really looking. They're not really interested. And for me, I always say I'm open to a relationship, but I don't mind just dating and handling that. But if you get on my nerves, if you don't know how to treat me just when we're dating and getting to know each other, then, it's annoying. I'm not trying to get married next week. I'm not even trying to have a boyfriend next week if I just met you. I just want you to know how to treat me.
And know if you know how to treat me.
I need to know if you know how to treat me.
Exactly.
I was thinking with the guy I just met. We hadn't talked or anything. He kept saying, let's chat. So he would text me like at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't wake up that early, so it was waking me up. And then he kept saying, let's chat. And so last Saturday, I said, okay, I'll be around after such and such a time. He never calls me. Then he texts me again another early morning, let's chat. I'm like, so later on that day, I was like, good afternoon, too soon for these, early morning wake up, text messages. And I was really just greeting you. I said, the thing is, he doesn't know me well enough to know that I'm not up at 7. And for me, if you don't really know me yet, we haven't talked. For me, I'm just not into people texting me that early. I mean, maybe that's just me. But I finally called him later on that afternoon. And we had
you mean you actually put a phone call in? Do people know how to do that anymore?
I don't know if he would have called me. I'm like, why can't you said you want to chat and I'm saying okay, but he never took the initiative to call me. So, those kind of things are really tricky. So I went ahead and called him, and we had a decent conversation. I don't know what the connection is yet. So he was like, well, let's get together at some point or whatever. So I'll see. Now the ball's in his court. I just want to see how he responds, But I still expect a man to do certain things. And with meeting people online, not really knowing them, I think I'm a little bit more nitpicky about every little thing they do. But I'm still trying to stay open, and not cut people off just because of one little thing that I didn't like. I'm trying to give them a chance. But
Well, so for me, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I go to bed.
I have a mom who I need to make sure she can contact me at any time. That's the way.
So you have an iPhone?
No.
Oh, so on my phone, you have what's called a bypass emergency. So my mom, my daughter, my son, they all have, and my mom's aide, I set them on bypass emergency. So I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. Those calls come through regardless.
Okay, I'll have to look into that because that's the only thing they keep it on.
So when I get up to go to the gym, whatever time it is, that's when I get that good morning text. Even if they send it at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not seeing it till I get up. So it hadn't disturbed me.
Okay.
That'll allow them to be them, and then you to be, oh, he was thinking about me this morning. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just think it's strange if you don't know someone at 7 o'clock in the morning. He didn't think I was going to get the message till I woke up. That's what he said. But I can't even see that. But anyway, we're not.
Where are you?
That's not a stop giving it energy. I don't want that energy right now. I don't want the energy from him right now. Okay. I think you like it. I really think there's a part of you that likes it. Like, here he goes again. But anyway, yeah. So
you don't get the freaking message, but you're gonna get the message because I've been ignoring you, and that's what he said when he finally got through to me yesterday. So we can't. No, nothing to talk about.
Well, he'll get it once you start responding. But yeah, so I think I'm nitpicky because it's just, I don't know, someone I just meet, I don't really expect them to text me at 7 o'clock in the morning. The other thing I don't like is if I meet a guy and he's one way when we first meet, and then, a month, 2 months later, it's not the same. If you're not going to keep texting me at 7 o'clock in the morning or keep texting me in the morning, don't start.
Come on now, we in our 50s, that's the representative.
Yeah, I don't need the representative.
That's 90 days, girl. Give it 90 days.
And then 3 months from now, I'm not beautiful anymore. Just stop it.
90 days, you see who they really are.
Yeah.
And then you find out. But, this is how it goes. That's the representative. We put our representative out, too.
Yeah. So I guarantee you this guy will probably never text me again in the morning, even later, because, I kind of called him out on it, and he didn't think I appreciated it, but I was just trying to explain to him, like, if you knew me.
Oh, you mean you try to have communication with him?
So we'll see how it goes. And it's not all on him because he doesn't know my expectations. I guess I'm just saying, if you don't know someone, I'm just funny about, certain things, if you haven't got to know me yet. But, I'm trying to be open and not be too.
Oh, shoot.
So anyway, it's time to go. We have rambled on, and you got a lot going on, I can tell. So I'm going to let you go, okay? And
I'm getting ready for my doctor's appointment.
episode. All right. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and like us on our Facebook page at Yoni Confessionz. Remember, with a Z.
Us on Twitter at Confessionz and subscribe to our Yoni Confessionz YouTube channel.
If you have any questions, issues, or topic ideas, our email address is confess@yoniconfessions.com.
And remember, it's Confessionz with a Z at the end.